all you healthy humans, welcome to New Leaf Table TV. I'm your host, Chef E, and today we're making healthy tomato soup and grilled cheese. It's a healthy take on a comforting dish. We use fresh ingredients, it's ready in 30 minutes, but we don't sacrifice any flavor. So we have fresh spinach that we're going to add to our grilled cheese. We have chopped onions and Parmesan to top. We have San Marzano crushed tomatoes. So San Marzano tomatoes are known for their exceptional flavor and nutrient value. It's also a really wholesome brand. There's usually very little additives. It's usually just tomatoes and maybe some basil. We also have fresh basil, some grass-fed butter. We're also using a pinch of saffron in our soup. So saffron is known as a natural antidepressant. It can actually boost serotonin levels. It's going to add a little bit of subtle earthy flavor to our soup. We also have a cup of bone broth, and we're using raw cheddar cheese. So raw cheddar cheese is made from unpasteurized milk. It contains lots of the natural enzymes, so it makes it easier for digestion. It also is really high in protein. You want to make for sure and purchase your raw cheese from a reputable source that uses grass-fed, healthy animals. We like Organic Valley pasture raised that you can get at a lot of grocery stores. We also have salt and pepper and olive oil. We're going to use olive oil to make our tomato soup a little creamy. You could also use a non-dairy alternative like unsweetened almond milk or coconut milk. You could also use dairy like heavy cream if you would like. We are going to make our grilled cheese sandwiches with Ezekiel bread. So Ezekiel bread is actually named after the biblical reference Ezekiel 4:9, which talks about making bread. It's a sprouted whole grain. So when you sprout grains, it actually decreases a lot of the anti-nutrients and helps with mineral absorption. Ezekiel bread is actually also a complete protein. It has all 9 amino acids because of the variety of grains that are used in the bread. It comes in the frozen section, which I really love, so I can keep it in the freezer and use it over time. It's also free of a lot of additives and preservatives. It's also lower on the glycemic index, so it's going to curb some of those blood sugar spikes that you normally get after eating bread. So Ezekiel bread does have gluten. So if you are celiac, you want to avoid it, but it does have less gluten because of the sprouted grains. So if you're just a little bit sensitive, you could probably still eat Ezekiel bread, but you should definitely try it in small doses first. So let's get started. Go ahead and take your stock pot and heat it to medium-high heat. Then we're gonna add a tablespoon of olive oil, and we're gonna add our 1 chopped onion. And we're gonna let this saute for 3 to 4 minutes until these onions get nice and soft. Okay, now we're gonna add 2 cloves of garlic straight to our pan and let it cook for 30 seconds just to get nice and fragrant. Okay, our garlic and onions are smelling wonderful. So we're gonna go ahead and add our 1 can of crushed tomatoes, our fresh basil, pinch of saffron, cup of bone broth, and salt and pepper. Now we'll mix everything up, bring it to a boil, and then let it simmer for about 10 minutes, and then we'll use an immersion blender to get this all blended up. While our soup is cooking, I am going to take a skillet and put it on medium heat and add a couple of tablespoons of butter right to my pan. I'm gonna let this butter melt. I'm gonna try to get it even all over the bottom of my pan. Wait till your butter is nice and melted. Our butter is melted, so I'm gonna take 2 pieces of bread, put them right in the pan, and add our cheese right to the top. And I'm going to put spinach on top of our grilled cheese to add our daily cup of greens to our meal. And then top with the other side of your bread. We're gonna let this cook on each side for 3 to 4 minutes until our cheese is nice and melty. Now, if you want a dairy-free alternative to grilled cheese, you could take an avocado, mix in some nutritional yeast, Dijon mustard, and a little olive oil, and use that as a spread on your bread, and then cook it the same way you do this grilled cheese, and it would be really tasty with your tomato soup. Okay, our sandwiches are ready to flip. So just flip them over and let the cheese continue to melt. Okay, our grilled cheese are nice and melted. We're gonna set these aside and work on our soup. Okay, our soup looks and smells awesome. I'm gonna use an immersion blender to blend my soup. If you want, you can also transfer it to a blender and blend it up that way. All right, our soup is all blended. Now I'm gonna mix in some olive oil just for a little creaminess and some salt and pepper to taste. Now I'm gonna mix in about a tablespoon of olive oil and salt and pepper. Now remember, you could also use dairy, like heavy cream, or you could also use coconut milk or unsweetened almond milk. And give everything a good stir. All right, now we're ready to spoon out our bowls and get our grilled cheese. Now I'm just going to spoon us a bowl and top our soup with a little Parmesan cheese and crushed red pepper. And now I'm gonna slice my grilled cheese in half. There you have it, folks, our healthy take on the classic pairing of tomato soup and grilled cheese. Thanks for watching New Leaf Table TV. Until we dine again, farewell, healthy humans. To subscribe to New Leaf Table's meal plan service with weekly meals and easy delivery through your existing Amazon Fresh membership, visit our website at newleaftable.com. And also, please hit the subscribe button to our YouTube channel. So saffron is no subtle earthy flavor. Okay. We are also using stuff. Okay. We also have salt and pepper, olive oil. We are, yeah, okay. Lastly, we're going to top the cheese with bread. You could probably still eat Ezekiel bread, but you definitely want to try it in small doses before diving in. And then put the cheese on, top it, and then flip it after 3 or 4 minutes. That's all you do. Butter. What else can I do? If you want, you can also taste it. Very hot. There you have it, folks. Our healthy take on the classic pairing. Okay. There you have it, folks. Our healthy take on the healthy. There you have it, folks. Our classic. Oh my God.